A question that's been asked for, I would say, centuries, okay? Should a woman's body count matter? Now, there's two answers to this question. There's yes and there's no. Right. Yes, a woman's body count matter. No, a woman's body count does not matter. Now, I think both are applicable depending on what you, fella, that I'm talking to right now, want in life. Now, here's what I mean. I don't believe for the most part that a woman's sexual history actually shows any sort of indicator on how faithful she'll be in the future. I don't believe that at all. I believe that people go through their phases. I believe that sex is something that we all want and we all desire and we all have. And hey, man, if a woman slept with 50 guys in her lifetime, she underachieved because she could have slept with 1,000. She could have slept with 10,000. I mean, we have to work for sex. They don't work for anything when it comes to sex. They don't have to be attractive. You know how many ugly chicks out there getting right now? So it's not a good indicator on how committed she'll be in the future or how faithful she'll be. But I do think it's important to know your partner's history because here's the one scenario: marriage. I don't believe that marriage is something that most people should be doing, but for some reason we continue to do it, probably because out of some sense that it's the right thing to do, that a man is supposed to get married. That's the becoming of a man. So most of us do it, even when deep down in our soul, we don't really want to get married. If you're going to get married, that's when her sexual history matters. And the reason why it matters is because you have a lot to lose. You have everything to lose in a divorce. Men, we leave divorce broken. We're broken men. It's hard for us to rebound. They can take everything. If you don't have a prenup, I'm talking about they can. If you have kids, that's alimony, and it don't matter. Depending on how much you make, that can be a bitch. Alimony, spousal support, depending on what state you're in, and if she ever gets a job again. And if you make a lot of money, she's not going to get a job because that will stop her spousal support. She can get a piece of your 401k. Or is it 401k? For whatever it is. She can get a piece of your retirement. She can get a piece of your assets. You can be stripped of everything. There are plenty of horror stories out there of married men who got divorced and now they have zero, nada. They completely were raped through the system, taken for everything they have. So in an extreme case like that, you would be foolish, in my opinion, to leave any stone unturned. So yes, I want to know about your sexual history. I want to know how many dudes you've been fucking, okay? In a year. I need to know this. I need to know if you cheated on any of your past dudes. I need to know this. You know why? Because that is a better indicator of the future than body count. Okay, that cheating. So you ask questions, have you cheated in the past? How many men have you cheated on? Have you cheated recently? Because those are great indicators on future behavior. Because contrary to what you believe, although people can change, most of us, especially by the time we're 18, 19, we are who we are. I don't believe this whole thing that we can be better. No, we are who we are for the most part. You can tweak yourself, but for the most part, you are who you are. And if a girl tells you she's cheated in all her past relationships, what makes you believe you're the one to be different? And even if you believe that, why take that chance in marriage? Date her. Let her be your girlfriend for life. But to marry her and then give her the opportunity to just take everything from you? Oh, hell no. All right? So that's why I say no and yes. So we cover when it's important, when you're getting married. Anything other than that, her sexual history does not matter at all. Men have to get over this thing where we want to know how many people she's been with. Because, A, you can't want more women to be hoes, but then punish them when they are hoes. And I use the word hoe with no judgment. To me, a hoe just means somebody who is very giving of their bodies. All right? That's what a hoe is to me. So it has no negative connotation to it. Men can be hoes, although it's not going to hurt when you call us hoes. Women are hoes, of course. We're all hoes. A hoe is somebody who sleeps with a lot of people often. That's my definition of a hoe. I want more women to be hoes because I'm just tired of, faking for to be quite honest with you. Like faking that I like you, faking that we're dating, faking in a lot of ways about things that aren't the case just so I can sleep with you. Now, why I draw the line on this whole thing is that, so just to finish that thought, that's why it is damning, fellas, when we worry about women's body count. Because then women in general are going to try to make it more difficult to sleep with them so they won't be seen by a hoe. You see that logic? You can't say you want a girl who's a freak, but who hasn't had time to practice those freakish ways. Like you shouldn't even want a girl that hasn't sucked at least, 8 to 9 dicks by the time she's 25. If we're keeping it real. Because what can she do for you? If we're being honest, like what can she really do for you? When you think about the things that you want, the things that you want to do, you want a hoe. Just be honest about it. You want a hoe. A girl who's been through a lot of dudes. A girl, like for example, I lust after Amber Rose, baby. Amber Rose, baby. Like you can tell she's been around some dicks. And that's why I like her. Because I'm a freak. I like having sex. And I don't look great having sex at all. I'm goofy. Like I'm weird. But I love to do it. I'm a man. I love to So why wouldn't I want a woman who loves to That just makes no sense. We have to stop equating sexual innocence with virtue. You can be a virtuous woman and still be a hoe. You can. So that's what I promote to most of you guys. Just let women be who they are. Just let them be who they are. But once again, that marriage, that's what it matters. If I'm gonna marry you, you can't be out, because there is something called excessive. For example, you shouldn't marry any woman if you believe she slept with more than 100 men in her life. That's just stupid to me. And I realize I'm coming across as a hypocrite because I just said her body count doesn't matter. But look, life is full of hypocrisies. The law is full of contradictions. So I feel like I'm speaking in the right sense here. You have to use human judgment. If you're going to get married, no way in hell you marry a chick who's been with more than 100 guys. Even if you've been with more than 100 women. Because once again, you have more to lose than she does. All right? She's going to keep the kids. She's going to keep everything. If the law is on her side, which is why I say what you do doesn't matter. What she does, if you're going to marry her, that matters absolutely. So my final answer, no. A woman's sexual history does not matter unless you're going to marry her. That is when you do all the investigative work you need to do. Because in the end, the one who's going to get f***ed is you if things go bad. Even if she's the reason why it went bad, you will be left with nothing, fellas. So don't worry if she's f***ing unless you're going to marry her. Then who you f***ing?